Ah, so you've been through the fire, haven't you? Not the kind you warm your hands on, no. The kind that burns everything you thought you were. Every trial, every sleepless night, every moment you wanted to quit, but didn't? Yeah, that's the one. You crawled when walking felt impossible, bled when no one was watching, smiled when your heart was cracking wide open. You played the game when it was stacked against you, and somehow you didn't just survive, you stayed. You didn't bargain, didn't cheat the process, didn't take the shortcut. And now the table's turning. The deal's already signed, sealed, and in motion. What's coming isn't by accident. It's the payout for every moment you thought was pointless but wasn't. Funny thing about surviving the fire, most people think it's just about coming out alive, breathing, walking, smiling for the cameras like nothing happened. But they don't understand. Survival isn't the moment you step out of the flames. It's everything you had to become while you were inside. The fire is tricky. It doesn't just burn your skin. It peels away the parts of you that were pretending. The soft, polite, careful little pieces that didn't belong. It strips you bare until all that's left is the core. Raw, real, unpolished. And suddenly you see who you really are. And maybe you don't like it. Maybe you love it. Either way, you can't unsee it. And let me tell you, when the fire's licking at your heels, it's not asking if you're ready. It doesn't care if you've got a plan, a dream, or a safety net. It wants to know how much you can take before you break, or if you'll keep standing even after you've already cracked. Because surviving isn't just holding on, it's knowing you're already falling apart and still refusing to let the last piece of you hit the ground. You think the fire's the enemy, but it's not. It's the mirror. The one that shows you exactly how much pain you can carry without dropping it. The one that shows you every scar, every fracture, every fear you thought you'd buried. And it whispers, "This is what you're made of. Now what are you going to do about it?" That's the question that matters. Not, why did this happen to me? But now that it did, who am I going to be? Most people, when the heat rises, start looking for the exit. They panic, they beg, they pray for a way out. And when they get it, they run fast, far, never looking back. But the ones who come out different, those are the ones who stood there long enough to feel every spark, every burn, every moment that told them, "You're not done yet." They didn't just survive. They absorbed the fire, let it harden them, sharpen them. So when they walked out, they weren't just alive. They were something else entirely, something untouchable. But here's the sick twist. Surviving the fire isn't about proving you're stronger than everyone else. It's about proving to yourself that no one can take you apart the way you feared they could. Because if the fire couldn't do it, if the thing that was meant to destroy you only rebuilt you, then nothing else stands a chance. You stop being afraid of losing because you already lost everything once and came out with more than you started. It's not pretty. It's not inspiring in the way people like to post about. Surviving the fire means you've been scorched in ways no one else will ever understand. It means you've learned to smile with ashes in your teeth, to stand in silence when the world demands you speak, to move forward without waiting for permission. It means you carry the smell of smoke in your bones, and while others flinch, you breathe it in like air. And maybe the worst part, once you've survived it, part of you almost misses it, because there's a clarity in the chaos, a purity in the pain. Out there, everything's noise, opinions, rules, distractions. But in the fire, it's just you. No lies, no masks, no audience, just the truth. And whether you're strong enough to live with it. That's why surviving the fire is the real test. Not because it's harder than anything else, but because once you've done it, you know exactly what you are. And there's no going back to pretending you're anything less. Funny thing about rewards, people think they're these shiny little gifts wrapped up in golden paper, dropped in your lap just because you've been good. Like the universe is some kind of butler who owes you a tray of champagne for making it through your own mess. But that's not how it works. Oh no, rewards are dangerous. They don't come clean. They're carved out of the same stone that tried to crush you. And if you're not careful, you'll mistake a weapon for a prize. You see, when you've been crawling through the dirt for so long, even a single drop of clean water feels like a miracle. You clutch it. You drink it down. You swear it's the best thing you've ever tasted. But you forget. Too much water after a drought can drown you just as quick. That's what rewards do. They test you. Not in the screaming, clawing way pain does, but in the quiet way comfort does. Comfort's the real predator. It lulls you, rocks you, tells you to rest your eyes just for a moment. And before you know it, you're asleep while your crown slips right off your head. Passing the test. That's one thing. It's the war, the climb, the teeth, bared fight to keep going when every bone in you says stop. But the reward. That's the next battlefield. The moment you loosen your grip, something else will take what you bled for. And sometimes, it's not even someone else, it's you. Your own hands undoing your own work. Because you thought you were safe now. Ever notice how the world claps for you when you're still struggling? Keep going, they say. You're strong, they tell you. But the moment you get the prize, they start watching you differently, waiting for you to fall, waiting for you to prove that maybe you didn't deserve it after all. And the worst part is, a part of you starts wondering the same thing. That's the real trap of a reward. It makes you question yourself more than the fight ever did. And it's funny, isn't it? The pain that once kept you awake at night becomes the very thing you miss when it's gone. Because without it, you start to drift. You start to wonder what to do with your hands now that they're not clenched into fists. Some people, they create something new out of it. They build, they grow. But others, they just sit in the glow until it fades. And by the time they notice the darkness coming back, it's already too late. The reward doesn't care about your past. It doesn't remember how hard you fought or how close you came to losing. It only cares about what you'll do with it now. It's a mirror, same as the struggle was, but this time it's polished, bright, blinding. You can't see the scars in it, only your reflection. And if you stare at that reflection too long, you start believing the lie that the fight is over. That's where people make the mistake. They think the reward is the end of the story, the last page, the closing curtain. But sometimes it's just the start of a different kind of fight. One where the enemy isn't trying to take you down. It's trying to make you forget how to stand. And that's worse. Because at least when the punches are coming, you know to keep your guard up. But when the world starts feeding you honey, you don't notice the poison mixed in until it's already in your veins. So the real question is, what do you do with the reward? Do you protect it, grow it, or let it sit in your hands until it crumbles into dust. Because no one tells you this. But sometimes the biggest tragedy isn't losing the fight. It's winning it, and then wasting what you fought for. People think rock bottom is the worst place you can be. The cold, hard floor where everything you've built has been stripped away. They think it's the end of the road, the point where you're done for, finished, beyond repair. But that's the funny part. Rock bottom isn't the end. It's just the place where the noise stops. The place where all the lies, the distractions, the little games people play, vanish. And you're left with nothing but the truth, your truth, when you're falling. You don't have time to think. You're clawing at the air, reaching for something, anything, that might break your descent. But when you land, oh, that's when it gets interesting. Because suddenly, there's no one left to blame, no one left to save you. It's just you and the mess you made. That's when the mirror finally shows you what you really look like. Not the version you dress up for others. Not the one you pretend to be. The one with dirt under the nails, cracks in the skin, blood on the hands. The real you. And most people can't stand that sight. They want to scramble out, crawl toward the nearest escape, cover up the reflection as quickly as possible. They think the goal is to get away from rock bottom. But that's the mistake. Rock bottom has something no other place in the world does. It's honest. Painfully, brutally honest. No masks, no applause, no stage lights. Just you and the silence. And the knowledge that everything around you is gone. And if you're clever, you'll see that as the perfect starting point. Because here's the thing. When you've lost everything, you're free. You're not carrying the weight of keeping up appearances. You're not bound by the fear of losing more. You've already lost it. The chains are gone, and that's where power lies. Not in having everything, but in having nothing, and realizing you can still move. You can still breathe. You can still stand. And when you do, every step you take from there becomes a choice, not a reaction. But you have to be willing to sit in it first, to feel every sting, every bruise, every bit of the cold. That's the part no one likes. They'd rather numb it, hide from it, pretend they're okay before they even understand what happened. And that's why they keep falling back, because they never learned the lesson that rock bottom teaches, the one about stripping away the unnecessary, about finding out who you really are when there's no one left to perform for. When you're at the bottom, you stop chasing approval. You stop begging for validation because you see the truth. None of that ever kept you from falling. And if it couldn't save you then, why would you spend your life chasing it now? That's when you start to build differently. Not on shaky ground, not on the opinions of people who disappear the moment things get ugly. You build on something solid, yourself, and people will notice. Oh, they will. Not at first. They'll think you've disappeared. They'll think you're gone for good. But when you start climbing, when you start rising without asking anyone's permission, they'll see it. And some of them will hate it. Because you're proof that you don't need their applause to stand. You don't need their hands to pull you up. You learned to use your own. Rock bottom isn't a curse. It's an invitation. It's the universe stripping away the noise so you can finally hear yourself. It's the place where you stop pretending, stop performing, stop lying to yourself about what matters. And once you've been there, once you've walked through the ashes and realized you're still ill-breathing, you understand something the people up there never will. You understand that falling isn't the end. Staying down is. You ever notice how people love to talk about second chances, but never mention what they actually cost? They make it sound so sweet, so pure, like some magical reset button where the past doesn't matter anymore. But that's the illusion. The truth is, a second chance is never free. You don't get to just wipe the slate clean without paying for the mess you made the first time. There's always a price. Sometimes it's time, sometimes it's trust. Sometimes it's the people you'll never get back. And the cruel part, the world doesn't warn you what the bill is until you're already halfway through trying again. A second chance isn't like starting fresh. No, no, no. It's starting with scars. The kind you can't hide, no matter how much makeup you put over them. The kind that whisper to you in the dark when everyone else is asleep, reminding you what you did or what you failed to do. And the worst part, everyone else can see them too. They may not say it out loud, but they're watching, waiting, wondering if you're going to blow it again. You think a second chance is about proving them wrong. That's the trap. If you live to prove them wrong, you're still letting them control you. That's not freedom. That's just a prettier cage. A second chance should never be about them. It should be about you. About looking yourself in the eye, looking yourself in the eye, and deciding that you're not going to be the same person who lost it all the first time. That you've got teeth now, that you've learned to fight. But here's where it gets ugly, because a second chance will test you harder than the first one ever did. Why? Because now you know what it feels like to lose. And the fear of feeling that again can make you hesitate, can make you hold back, play it safe, take smaller risks just so you don't fall as far. And the irony, that fear, that hesitation, is exactly what makes you fall again. A second chance demands more courage, not less. It's not enough to want it. You have to take it like it's the last drink of water in the desert. And there's this other thing. People think second chances come wrapped in gold, like some grand, obvious opportunity that falls right into your lap. No. Most of the time, they show up looking like work. Hard, dirty, exhausting work. The kind that nobody will applaud you for. The kind that will make you wonder if it's even worth it. But if you keep waiting for the perfect moment to seize it, you'll miss it. And then you're not on your second chance anymore. You're on your last. You've got to accept. You ever notice how people laugh at warnings? They shrug, smirk, roll their eyes, as if danger sends a polite invitation first. That's the game, isn't it? Everyone thinks they have more time, until time decides to collect its debt. You say, later. But later always arrives sooner than you expect. And it doesn't knock. It breaks the door down. There are messages in the air, in the silence, in the chaos, but most pretend they can't hear them. They walk blind, they cover their ears, because the truth rattles too loud. But ignoring it doesn't erase it. Ignoring it paints a target on your back. When a voice calls out, it's not a suggestion, it's survival. Because when you don't listen, you don't just miss the warning, you become the warning. You hear a warning, and what do? You laugh, you shrug. You tell yourself, that's not for me, that's for someone else. And that's exactly how they get you. Because comfort is the sweetest little poison, wrapped up in a blanket that makes you believe you're safe, when in reality, it's the very rope tightening around your neck. You sit in your room, sipping your tea, scrolling your phone, convincing yourself that nothing dangerous could ever reach you. You say, "It's just noise, just another scare." But every time you dismiss the knock at the door, every time you mute the alarm in your head, you're handing the world the keys to your downfall. The real trick. The warning doesn't even have to be loud. It can be soft, subtle, almost invisible. A bad feeling in your chest. A coincidence that repeats itself one too many times. A whisper in the chaos, yet you silence it. You bury it. Because it's easier to stay numb, easier to stay distracted, easier to convince yourself that warnings only belong to paranoid people. But do you know what happens when you ignore them? They don't just vanish. They wait. They sharpen. They gather strength until they're no longer whispers. They're knives. And then suddenly one day, you realize that the very comfort you clung to was the weapon used against you. That soft chair, that peaceful silence, that false sense of security. It all becomes the setting for your downfall. Because comfort is seductive. It makes you think you have time, makes you believe you're untouchable. But time is a cruel dealer. While you waste it drowning in comfort, someone else is listening, preparing, moving. Someone else heard the warning and sharpened themselves like a blade. And when they come, they don't need to shout. They don't need to announce themselves. They strike while you're still convincing yourself it was nothing. That's the thing people never understand. Warnings don't exist to scare you. They exist to arm you. They're not shackles, they're weapons. But if you ignore them, if you sit back and smirk at them, those same weapons get turned around, aimed right at you. And isn't it funny? The very thing that could have saved you becomes the very thing that destroys you. Comfort does that. Comfort blinds you. Comfort kills you slowly, smiling the whole time. So when you hear the signal, when you feel that tingle in your gut, when you sense that something isn't right, don't you dare bury it. Don't you dare laugh it off. Because ignoring it doesn't make it disappear. It makes you a target. And a target is all you'll ever be if you choose comfort over caution. Fear is the oldest teacher, yet the most misunderstood. People think fear is weakness, a chain that binds you, something to suppress, something to medicate, something to laugh off in public while it eats you alive in silence. But fear, fear is far more honest than any friend you'll ever have. Fear doesn't lie to you. Fear doesn't flatter you. Fear doesn't pat you on the back and tell you it'll all be fine. Fear looks you in the eye and whispers, "You're not ready. You're exposed. They're coming." And you stuff cotton in your ears because it's easier to believe the pretty lies than face the ugly truth. But here's the cruel twist. Those who bury fear don't escape it. They choke on it. You see, fear sharpens those who respect it. It makes your heartbeat race, your breath quicken, your senses widen. That's not weakness. That's a gift. That's your body saying, "Wake up, move faster, think sharper, or you won't last." But the problem with people today is they want comfort, not clarity. They think fear means stop, hide, run away. No. Fear means you step into the fire, eyes wide open, and you adjust. You learn. You endure. Fear is the ultimate coach. It punishes the lazy, rewards the prepared. But most people, they lock it in the basement, pretending it doesn't exist, while their lives rot above ground. Think of it. Every predator that ever walked the earth trusted fear more than anything else. The lion stalking its prey, the soldier standing on the battlefield, the survivor in the darkness. They don't silence their fear. They ride it like a storm. Fear fuels instinct, and instinct keeps you alive. Strip away fear, and you're left with arrogance. And arrogance is the shortest road to destruction. That's why so many fall. They mistake their fear for a flaw, when in reality, it was the one thing trying to keep them alive. But society, it loves to paint fear as shameful. Be fearless, they chant. Fear nothing. What a joke. Fear nothing. That's not courage. That's stupidity. A fearless man isn't a strong man. He's a blind man. And blind men don't last long when the knives are out. The ones who last, the ones who rise, are those who let fear crawl through their veins, not as a poison, but as a pulse. They let it guide them, shape them, sharpen them into something dangerous. So the question is simple. Do you let fear teach you, or do you let it bury you? Because it will do one or the other, whether you acknowledge it or not. Fear is always present, always humming in the background. The only choice you really have is how you use it. Ignore it, and you'll collapse under its weight. Respect it, and you'll grow teeth. Fear is not the enemy. Fear is the reminder that something bigger is coming, something you can't afford to laugh off. Fear doesn't cripple, it exposes. And those who can't handle that exposure, they're the first to disappear when the storm hits. Pain. That word alone makes people squirm, doesn't it? The mere thought of it sends them running toward distraction, pills, noise, anything to avoid sitting with it. But here's the truth. Pain is the only language reality speaks in. Everything else, every comfort, every pleasure, every little distraction you chase, it's temporary sugar coating. But pain is raw, pain is honest. Pain doesn't care about your excuses or your fragile feelings. It grabs you by the throat and demands you pay attention. And most people, they hate it because they can't control it. But that's exactly why it's the greatest teacher you'll ever have. You see, when everything is smooth, when everything is easy, when life hands you candy-coated days, you don't grow, you just drift. You sink into softness. You convince yourself you're strong, when in reality, you're fragile. But the moment pain steps into the room, masks fall off. Pain doesn't negotiate. It doesn't wait until you're ready. It comes when you least expect it, and it forces you to decide. Do you break, or do you transform? That's why pain is a forge, and you are the metal. Weak metal shatters under heat. Strong metal bends, reshapes, becomes sharper. Which one are you? Think about it. Every scar you carry, every sleepless night, every betrayal, every moment you thought you wouldn't survive. Look at you, standing here now. That wasn't weakness. That was proof that pain carved pieces of you into something harder, tougher. But most people, they hide their scars. They act like it's shameful to have been broken. They paste smiles over wounds, pretending they've never been touched. But scars are not weakness. Scars are maps. They show where you've been burned, cut, shattered, and rebuilt. Every scar is a receipt that you paid the price of becoming who you are. The strange thing is people think avoiding pain makes them safe. But avoiding pain is what makes them hollow. Because when the storm finally comes, and it always comes, they're unprepared. They crumble, they panic, they scream, "Why me?" As if the world owes them some gentle path. But those who've danced with pain before don't flinch. They know the storm. They've tasted blood before. They've seen the fire and realized it doesn't kill them. It forges them. And so they walk into the storm differently. Not because they enjoy suffering, but because they understand it's not an ending. It's an initiation. Pain strips away illusions. It shows you who you really are when the pretty mask falls off. It reveals what you cling to what you fear, what you can't let go of. It humbles you, drags you down to your knees, then whispers, "No, now you can learn." That's the secret. Pain is not punishment. It's preparation. It forces you to build strength you didn't know you had. It demands you let go of what was killing you. And the longer you run from it, the louder it knocks on your door, until one day you're forced to open it, unprepared, trembling, while those who embraced it long ago are already armored, already sharpened, already ready. So when you feel pain pressing on your chest, don't be so quick to curse it. Don't be so quick to drown it with noise. Sit with it. Stare at it. Ask what it's teaching you. Because whether you realize it or not, pain is shaping you into something you can't yet see. And the ones who walk out stronger are the ones who dared to let it carve. People love to chase shortcuts. They crave the fast track, the overnight success, the magical solution that requires no sacrifice, no sweat, no discipline. They scroll for tricks, they beg for hacks, they want everything except the truth. And the truth is brutal. Nothing worth holding comes without cost. You don't stumble into greatness by accident. You bleed into it. Every step forward is bought with something. Time, effort, loss, pain, failure. But people don't want to hear that, because deep down they know it means they'll have to face themselves. They'll have to give up comfort, excuses, and laziness. And that terrifies them more than failure ever could. The irony is, shortcuts don't actually cut anything short. They just delay the inevitable. You can skip the work today, but you'll pay the interest tomorrow, and the debt will be heavier. You can fake it for a while, but cracks always show. People think they're being clever, sneaking around the grind, but all they're doing is digging themselves into shallow graves of mediocrity. Because while they're busy chasing easy, someone else is building the muscle of discipline. Someone else is carrying the weight day after day until their bones grow stronger. Someone else is sharpening their craft in the dark, while shortcuts addicts keep circling the same dead end. And when the moment comes, when the opportunity finally arrives, who do you think will be ready? It's not just about working harder. It's about embracing the cost. Most people don't even realize they're addicted to comfort. They don't see how their soft habits are slowly poisoning them. They say they want freedom, but they choose chains every day. The chain of sleep, the chain of endless scrolling, the chain of excuses. They don't understand that the very thing they run from, the discomfort, is the only thing that sets them free. Every sacrifice you make, every small piece of comfort you burn, buys you strength, buys you clarity, buys you power. But you have to be willing to let go of what feels good now, to take hold of what matters later. People worship the reward, but despise the process. They love the idea of standing at the top of the mountain, arms stretched high, world bowing at their feet. But they forget the climb. They forget the blisters, the cold, the endless rocks cutting into skin. They forget the loneliness, the doubt, the moments where turning back feels easier. They want the view without the ascent. But here's the thing. The climb isn't punishment. It's transformation. It's in the climb that you discover who you are, what you're made of, and whether you deserve the peak at all. If the mountain carried you to the top, you'd collapse the second you arrived, too weak to stand in the wind. But when you claw your way up, every breath burning, every muscle screaming, you arrive not just at the summit, you arrive changed. And isn't that the point? The cost is not meant to break you. It's meant to strip away the false you. Every obstacle that knocks you down, every loss that rips your chest open, every sacrifice that leaves you empty, that's the price. And if you keep paying it, something inside hardens. You stop being fragile. You stop being fooled. You stop begging for easy and start embracing the fight. That's when you become unstoppable. Not because life got kinder, but because you became sharper, harder, heavier than life itself. So the next time you're tempted to ask, why is it so hard? Shift the question. Ask instead, what is this difficulty building in me? Because the cost is not random, it's necessary. Without it, the reward would crush you. Without it, you'd never be able to hold what you're asking for. That's the punchline most people miss. You don't get rewarded despite the struggle. You get rewarded because of it. Every tear, every sleepless night. Every sacrifice is part of the ticket. And only those willing to pay the full price ever walk into the room where destiny is waiting.